If you're seeing this, it's because you are on the verge of a major breakthrough into a whole new paradigm and frequency of freedom, fulfillment, creativity, and abundance on all levels of your life. And I'm glad this found you because the game has changed. But it's up to you to change the way you're playing the game. Because we've been programmed and brainwashed to believe that we have to work hard and struggle to earn what it is that we want and is actually ours by birthright. And in doing so, we've compromised ourselves and we've sold ourselves out and we've conformed to the ways of others and the ways of the world, which actually undermine our natural, innate, unique, authentic, creative expression. The gift that you have, the talent that you came into this world with, the ability that is yours as your inner self. And so when we overlook these and we undermine these, we have to live within that paradigm of a world and play the game of an old system, which is exhausting, and it is draining, and it is deeply dissatisfying and unfulfilling. But the choice is yours, and you stand at the edge. The question is will you choose yourself and to play this new game? And if the answer is yes, then sit back, relax, and get ready to shift into alignment. Because I have 3 very simple but very powerful questions that I ask myself on a daily basis to streamline everything that I'm creating, doing, deciding, and being so that it is in alignment with that true frequency of my true self. And when I do this, everything comes naturally and easily and effortlessly, as if it's attracted to me by virtue of what I'm being. So, the first question is, who am I? Who am I truly? Now, this question serves multiple purposes because it's an instant remembrance of who you really are as the creator of your reality, as the source of your experience and life. And therefore, it is the orienting principle that brings you back into alignment with that true self, with the infinite power and intelligence and inspiration that is accessible to you when you know yourself. Now, the other aspect of this question is that it brings you into your unique blueprint of a soul, of an individual, that is everything that you want to create, everything that you want to become, everything that you want to offer and manifest into this world. So you see, not only do you tap into the source of your being, that infinite intelligence and power of your creativity, but you also come back into alignment with your unique blueprint. And that brings up inspiration. That brings up your original desires, which are the most fulfilling thing that you can create and express, that you can do in this life. And it has the most impact on others. It resonates and reaches and touches people in a way that nothing else really can do. And you need only look at the famous musicians and artists and creators and entrepreneurs and philosophers and everyone who is really in alignment with who they are, expressing from their heart, from their soul, creating from the depths of their inner self. When you recognize these creations, these expressions, they just touch you in a way which is so clearly seen to be truth. And that is within you. That is within all of us. But we have to overcome the brainwashing and the programming of a society that has convinced us that we need to do something that fits into the mold, that lives up to the expectations of a system, all of which is sapping that unique creative essence that you are in truth. And so once you've really contemplated this first question of who am I truly, then the second question becomes apparent, which is, what is it that I truly desire? What matters most to me right now? Why am I here? You see, these are kind of 3 distinct questions, but they're really kind of honing in on the same point, which is, what is being called for? What am I being called into? Right? What is that call to adventure? And if you're familiar with the hero's journey, this is what sparks the entire journey to begin with. And this is a momentary calling. It is the adventure from your soul, which is this now moment. There is a destiny in this moment that is calling to you. It could just be what you have to say to the person across from you. It could be the creative impulse that wants to be birthed onto the canvas or through the instrument or in your business meeting or through your creative expression or through the guidance that you're doing with another person. It's that momentary awareness and receptivity to that higher faculty which is speaking through you, that wants to be birthed into this world through you. And so, what is it that I truly desire? What's being called for? What matters to me right now? Why am I really here? And you see, from a greater meta point of view, this is a great orienting principle to remind you as to not only the fleetingness of your life, how short this lifespan is, and to make the most of it, to really be intentional and deliberate with each and every moment so that you are living to the fullest, that you are aligning to your truest, that you are expressing the most honest, authentic you. But it's also tapping you into the greater context, the greater collective, because your life is not simply your own. You are here for a greater purpose. You are not separate from the whole of humanity. We are one. And this time, this trying time, which is full of drama and destruction and all sorts of different polarized expressions, it is ultimately for all of our awakening, all of our empowerment, all of our liberation. And you have a unique role to play in that. And when you remember who you are and what truly matters to you, then you're placed back into the context, oriented back into the awareness of the bigger picture, that your life is for so much more than just yourself, that you are a perfect, unique piece of the puzzle, that through your life experiences, through everything that you've gone through, and the way that you meet that, the way that you heal that, the way that you integrate that, the way that you understand yourself, gives you access to empathy, compassion, love, forgiveness, joy, inspiration, creativity that everyone benefits from. You see, it is your true purpose to live fully in alignment with who you are, because it's the gift that you give to everyone. So this is for so much more than just you. And to recognize that through this questioning is to re-empower yourself, to realign yourself with that greater nature that is moving you in each moment. And this leads me to the third question, which is perhaps my favorite question, which is that not only is what is the best case scenario, which is really this second point, but if it were easy, what would it look like? And it's not necessarily about it being easy. It can be hard, it can be challenging, it can be difficult, that can be fun, that can be a rich learning experience. But because of our over-complication and over-complexing of everything in our life due to our programming and due to our brainwashed upbringing, that this question here is a streamlining of the path of least resistance, and especially bringing up the low barrier to entry to getting started. Because a lot of the time we're procrastinating, hesitating, waiting for the right moment, for a sign, for permission, just to get going. But when you ask yourself, if it were easy, what would it look like? If it were simple and easy, where would I start right now? What would that first step be? What would that path of least resistance look like? How would I feel doing it? What would it be like? You see, these kinds of questions bring you into the intelligent awareness of what it wants to be through you. And you see, this is why I love to think in terms of questions, because it gets me out of my own way. It gets me out of my own limiting beliefs, my limited lack-based perceptions of narrowing my focus to see through the lens of what's known. But when you open up to these questions, you invite in the unknown. You access reservoirs of intelligence, of wisdom, empathy, connection, inspiration, creativity that are seemingly beyond just you, because you're aligned with the source of you. And so these questions are questions that I ask myself on a daily basis, and they've truly helped me to create everything that I've created in the last year, because I started making these videos on YouTube about a year and a half ago, and I never would have imagined that I would have grown to almost 40,000 subscribers in that time and built a thriving business, which is literally the embodiment of my calling, where I've, through that time period, faced my fears, my doubts, my insecurities, the imposter within me, and everything that's been holding me back from just doing it from the very beginning. And all the while, it was leading me in directions that I couldn't have planned for, that I couldn't have prepared for, that I couldn't have thought of on my own if I was just thinking within these limited paradigms of the old game. But when you allow yourself to get beyond that limited self that you believe you are and open up to the possibility of who you truly are, then inspiration and intelligence comes to you through your intuition, through your emotional guidance that will shock you, that will amaze you. And if you have the courage and the willingness to act on that inspiration, then you will be taken further, faster than you could ever dream of. Because it's not just for you, it's for everyone. And that's the role that you're here to play. That's the game that we're all co-creating together. So will you create this game? Will you play at that next level for yourself? And if you're wanting to join me and 12 other creators at the end of this month of September, for 12 weeks, to create this new game together, to step into this next level, to become that player, that creator of your own life, to get paid to exist, to step into your calling, to create your life's work, to leave a legacy, then comment Vortex down below, because this Vortex 12-week mastermind is going to be the most powerful, most beautiful experience that I've ever had the privilege to cultivate and co-create with you. And so if this is resonating with you, then I invite you, personally invite you, to comment Vortex down below and join me, 12 other creators, on the adventure of a lifetime.